Hi guys, and welcome back to Mindless Podcast. Today is the 30th episode, which means that no more episodes will be coming out until the school year is over, aka during the summer, because we're all juniors. So that means tests and SATs and finals. Yeah, we're just not gonna even try to make up for those weeks. We're just gonna stop for now, take a break, do what we need to do, and then come back refreshed during the summer with brand new stupid ideas to push onto you guys. You're welcome. Really educating you during your summer and making sure your mind stays working, your mind stays thinking. So today we are gonna do one last unsolicited advice before we go, because who doesn't love that? And this one is specifically for school. So for all your exams, Zoom, whatever questions and needs, we are here to help you. So for all your Zoom questions or tests or back in school type of questions, we're here to help you with that because we just have so much experience now. Even though wait, no, you guys all go to real school now. I don't go to real school. But yeah, we can answer all your questions today and give you the best advice so that you don't look like a fool during class. And yeah, let's get started with a riddle from Eva.
What has one eye but can't see? And also, is my audio better?
Because I was gonna say a potato, but don't those have multiple eyes?
Those are multiple eyes.
Philly.
If you have a potato with only one eye, that must be like the best potato.
If you have a
It's a
potato with
superior
zero,
potato.
is it ready to be eaten?
I still wouldn't want to eat the skin.
I think you generally don't eat potatoes with eyes.
Either.
I think the eyes are where other potatoes grow from. You plant potatoes with eyes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know much about, potato farming.
I've cooked too many mashed potatoes to not know because I think we'd all be dead if I had if I hadn't figured that system out. Is it like a word that has an eye in it? Or is it the thing that has an eye in it?
It's a thing.
Oh.
But that is
Because
clever.
I was just gonna say river. Because it has an eye in it, but I can't see.
But there are so
With
many
all
words
the-
that have eyes in
Yeah,
it.
with all the things and because I was like, sea,
You could also say a
river,
blind
two
guy.
bodies of water.
You could also say a blind guy. A blind guy has an eye and can't see.
Well, he has two eyes.
Unless something really bad happened.
Oh, blind.
I meant the eye in blind. I was piggybacking off of what Melanie said. I forgot that people
sorry.
have actual eyes too.
Alright.
Me and Melanie are like, wait, but don't people have two eyes?
Listen, a blind guy who's been
I can't really see myself right now.
just a really, really short-sighted cyclops.
No, Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
But make him blind.
Helen, you've had the brain cell for weeks now. Are you trying to share it?
I'm sorry, did you just say I'll make him blind when talking about Mike Wazowski?
No, me or Melanie?
Eva!
No! I said I can feel my voice doing the thing where it gets all weird, so you have to talk.
Before
No, I
that-
did not say I will
Before
make
that,
him
it sounded
blind.
like you said, I'll make him blind, and then you took a sip of your water.
So dark. We
I
haven't
was
gotten to the
really?
questions yet. We can't be going this dark already.
I'm putting that in our out of context. For
In
sure. I did
in
not
our
say
defense-
quotes. I did not say I would make Mike Wazowski blind. I didn't think I'd have to explain myself on that one, but
I don't know, Eva. Maybe you're capable of dark things. Under that bubbly exterior, you have a little bit of darkness.
Listen, normally we don't talk about
blinding Pixar
blind
Disney
Pixar
characters.
but it's not even 10 in the morning yet, so
Heather, how much sleep are you on?
don't out me like that.
No, we gotta let them know, just in case we screw up at any point, we can blame it on that. Eva's the only one who has a normal sleep schedule out of the three of us, so...
If I were to guesstimate, I'd say probably 4.5.
I got five and a
Being
half
generous,
now.
giving that 0.5.
No, I swear, because it was because I went to bed at 4 and I got up at 8:30. But I also fell asleep before I went to bed, so maybe it rounds out to 5.
Generous.
We're really pushing it there.
Very
Listen.
hopeful. Yeah, you're pushing.
Alright.
But
What
sure.
has an eye in it? Like one single eye.
I'm trying to think. What, like, you know how potatoes have eyes? I'm trying to think of what other things have eyes.
It's like
that.
that. I don't know if you know that this object has an eye. You know?
Well, then how are we supposed to solve this riddle?
That's
I'm
why
not
I chose
smart
it
enough for
because
this
I was like, because I don't know.
Could you give us a hint?
Yeah.
The object is small.
Is it a pea? I was thinking of
Is
the
it just like
black-eyed
a
peas.
single eye that someone took out of operation and it just doesn't work? It's like someone's eye, but it's like just one.
That's so.
No.
That's so just like a.
It's very literal because what has one eye and doesn't?
Well, that's not something that has an eye. That just is an eye.
Can you imagine if that was the riddle? It was like one of those jokey dark riddles. It's like, what has one eye but can't see? Billy, because we took out one of his eyes.
Right.
Oh my god.
Billy.
What's the other one? We blinded little Billy. God.
Okay, I'm gonna give another hint because this probably has been going on for a while. It is small and thin. Very thin, very small and thin.
Oh, a needle.
Yay! See, I didn't know if you guys knew that.
Oh,
Needles
I
had
forgot. I was like,
eyes
which
or
part of the needles?
eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, alright.
But it wasn't too obscure. It wasn't like
Yeah, it
the
wasn't that bad.
Zimbabwe
It's just
plant from Egypt or something.
yeah,
Like,
it's
Why
just
would
morning
a Zimbabwe
dumbness.
plant be from Egypt?
words came out, Heather. Please accept it. Let's move on.
Whatever words we say, we're not responsible for.
Our whole episode, all our solicited advice.
Honestly, that goes for everything. Okay, especially unsolicited advice.
Right, we're making this up as we go along. It's fine. We're prepared. All right.
Morning.
Okay.
Improv. All right, let's see. 10 in the morning improv skills. Okay, so
It's not even 10 yet. I want to cry.
I'm rounding it like Heather rounds the amount of hours she sleeps. Anyways,
Goodness.
okay, so
All right.
the statement, question, whatever, I can't ask my friend for help during tests anymore, and I'm afraid I'm gonna fail. This one's not the serious one, so don't do this. I don't think it's possible, because the answer I have, one of them is possible, the other one isn't. Okay, so, when you go, and this is for in-school learning, obviously, because if it's not, some teachers don't even have to require your camera on during tests, so it's very easy. But okay, anyways, if you're in school, I'm not promoting cheating, I'm so sorry. If you are in school, okay, and for this unsolicited advice. Now, obviously to cheat, you're gonna need a distraction. I have come up with two. One is actually more logical, and I'm not sure if I should be promoting. Hopefully no one does this. But one, you could ask to use the bathroom. And then you can either, and then maybe if you know where the fire alarm is, you could pull that. And then like when everyone's like, but it kind of needs to be near because you have to be back in your classroom by the time that it gets pulled. So that way when everyone's running out, or if you had our science teacher in 8th grade, if you have a science teacher that keeps you in like ours did in 8th grade or whatever, then this won't work. But for most teachers, this will work. And then when everyone's running out, just like snatch someone's test and like shove it in your pocket. Or take a picture. Actually, no, never mind. Don't snatch someone's test. That's a lot harder to cover up. Just take a picture and go. Because otherwise, if you stay, then you get counted like you're not there because they take attendance and whatever on the field. Okay, the second one, which I don't think anyone can do, but if you can, this is great.
Wait, the first one was the realistic one?
That one, like pulling the fire alarm, you could do. Please don't, and don't take my advice. I don't. And then don't tell them that you watch this podcast if you get caught.
Oh no. We swear we're not like this in real life.
No.
None of us have actually pulled any fire alarms. Please do not waste emergency personnel's time. Thank you.
Okay, the second one, a distraction, right? To get everyone, so that way you can cheat. And especially if you're like Billy, you can't see one eye and you really need to get up close to the test, okay? Distraction. I would, like, what's a better distraction than, like, a demigod or a god? So, like, maybe make a contract with Satan and have him do some distractions. Or call up, back to our Percy Jackson video, which you should watch that, it's funny. call them up and be like, hey, can you set this tree on fire? Thanks. And then when everyone's like looking outside, like, whoa, what's that? You can just once again take a picture, look real close, or snatch it. If you're really ballsy, snatch it and just like word for word like translate.
So your answer to it's hard for me to cheat on tests is literally make a deal with the devil.
Yes. I don't see that. We didn't even have any murder. I mean, it's not
true. That's a good thing.
Was a good murderer.
Goodness.
There was no murder in this one so far, but I wouldn't.
Just pure distraction.
But there's a possibility of that. We still have like 2-3 more questions, so like we don't want to jinx it yet, do we? We don't want anyone.
We already talked about a kid losing his eye in the surgery room, and me. There was implication that I would have blinded Mike Wazowski, which I would not have.
Out of context.
He would eat me.
There was implications that I would have blinded Mike Wazowski.
How big Mike Wazowski is, because he's kind of like Kirby. I feel like he's like this round thing with a big mouth, but he's green and he's got legs, so he runs faster than Kirby. Because Kirby's got big feet, but like
legs. The legs are so tiny and thin.
Eva, you said Mike Wazowski was like Kirby, but I thought you said he was like Kirby. So
Kirby, because you made this thing.
Yes, he's round.
But he only has one single curve. Really, it's a circle. So
I think he's like this big, like in comparison to the other monsters. Because what's like the dude he hangs out with, my guess is probably like maybe the size of a bear. He's like he's like a human height.
Compared to the kid, he's about the size of the kid in the movie. So
yeah, he's like, imagine like maybe
he's 4 feet tall.
He's 4 feet tall?
That's what Google says. I don't even know how they base that off.
There's no way. That kid was not 4 feet tall. Also, he'd be like 4/5 of my height, and I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, can you imagine? Especially because he's perfectly round. He would be huge if he was 4 feet tall. That means he would also be 4 feet wide.
Yeah, because that's what I wanted to know. Because like, I wanted to know how big he was width-wise. Because like, I just wanted to get a good estimation of what I'm working with. I don't think I could stab.
Imaginary Mike Wazowski next to Eva right now.
I said stab. I meant blind, and there are other ways to blind without. I don't like where this is going. I am a good person. I really do consider myself to be a nice person. Can we move on?
Just in, Eva makes a habit of stabbing beloved cartoon characters in the eye. Up next,
Go to my birthday parties,
10.
y'all shall stab the cartoon cake, alright? She'll be the one to do it.
Just in, little green blobby thing is running around claiming he was stabbed in the eye. What will she do next? Oh no! Okay.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, my serious one, I guess. Okay, so if you seriously are like kind of confused in the class and you're worried that you are going to fail your test, there are lots of resources. In this particular question, you were cheating off your friend or whatever, so they're probably good at tests, like Heather said. We talked about this before, me and Heather. And they're willing to help you. So if you just like study before the test, you don't have to cheat off of them. And you guys can you guys are already friends. You guys can set, you don't have to cram it all the night before. Or you guys can do your homework together as you do the unit to double check your answers. It's super dark. Satan is gonna come kill me. Okay. Anyways. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah. You can ask your friend for help. You can create study plans. You can go to your teachers. There are tutors. You can look up YouTube videos on the subject, like physics or math. There's a lot of videos. You can take notes if you're confused. You can rewatch the ed puzzles I give you. You can look at your notes that you've taken from class and do practice problems. There are so many ways that you can study and learn, and you can get help. So.
You'll actually learn it for the AP test too. If you're gonna take an AP class and you're planning to take the test for it, you're not gonna be able to cheat during it, pretty much.
Oh.
So
yeah, I don't even know if the fire alarm, because I don't know if they let you even go to the bathroom, honestly.
I think they do. I think you are, but I think you're not allowed to have your phone. Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember. I think you have to give them your phone when you go in. I've never taken an AP test. Don't listen to me.
Me neither. We'll see how it goes,
Oh boy. Yeah, but ours are gonna be from home.
Yeah. So really, all right, no, just don't cheat.
Yeah,
Like,
don't cheat.
no,
Like,
bottom
no,
line.
We are
yeah.
not advocating for cheating, especially on something as high stakes and influential as an AP exam. Please do not cheat
Absolutely.
on your AP exams. They will find out, and it will bite you in the ass.
Oh,
Really, don't cheat
absolutely.
on any of your tests and quizzes. It just doesn't really help
Just
you because then you're
study
just
for-
confused. You're always confused.
Honestly, literally studying for 10 minutes a night for even like just the 3 days leading up to it, and chances are you'll be fine if you did the homework. Like,
Mhm.
truly. So,
Well, what if you didn't do the homework, and that's why you need your friend's help?
I know, but that's why I said you can like do your homework with your friend. Like, hey, like you guys can do it, and if you have any
keep
questions,
each
be
other
like, hey,
accountable.
what'd you get? How'd
Yeah.
you get it?
Yeah.
Especially for math, most of the process is the same. It just switches out the numbers.
Yeah, so you just gotta learn the actual, like, equation you use.
Mm-hmm.
Have that down. And then, if it's an
Flashcards.
open note test, just take notes
Totally.
for it.
Yeah.
Well, the next question is, I want to make a good impression on my crush when I see them again. What should I do? I haven't really thought about this morning. Once again, putting that out there before I say whatever I'm gonna say next. Okay, let's word vomit this. So, first things first, let's all remember you have to take like 6 feet of distance between the two of you guys at all times. There's gonna be no hugging, no hand holding, none of that physical stuff. So really, you've gotta show them that you care, and it's gotta be very dramatic so that they get the
Yeah,
point
you have
of
to
it.
visually because you're not very close. And remember, if he has a bad eye, they'll be there. You gotta whatever you're visually presenting gotta be big.
So first things first, we always say this whenever you're trying to like get someone interested in you. Again, it's like the little chicken move that we do here. It's like you go
Gets them every
out
time.
and back in, and you just keep doing that, and you just keep thrusting your shoulders like that. And hopefully they get the point that they're a chicken if they don't ask you out. You know what I mean? Like, Heather, go for it.
Eva, do you remember?
Oh no.
Do you remember way back in middle school the Eva dance?
The chicken dance?
No, the mating dance.
Wait, I remember that being a thing, but I don't remember what it looked
You
like.
would put out your arms and then you would, I can't do it, but you would put out your arms and you would just like wiggle them in a funny way.
She got that shoulder mobility right there.
Whoa, wait, I kind of remember. I remember mating dance was a thing, and I remember how like the whole point of the mating dance was because I couldn't get anyone. So the whole point, and my species was gonna go extinct. So the whole point of me doing the mating dance was so hopefully my generation and my I could continue.
I know. I remember. I don't remember much other than I would just narrate it all in like a nature documentary film voice.
Wild Eva's scene here.
But my next option, which is a little like more complicated to do, it isn't a simple body movement to show them that you care. I was talking about this with a friend yesterday, and they were like talking about The Bachelor, and I was like, well, then you can be the Bachelorette. Set up the Bachelorette at your school, and just have a bouquet of roses, and try to get guys interested in you, because you can give out roses to everyone and wait for him to be the last one that you give the rose to like, for the drama, for the intensity of it, and then just do that every week and narrow it down. And then eventually when they get to that last rose, maybe they'll be like, "Oh yeah, she cares enough," or "Oh no, she's too crazy. I have to be with her."
Oh
I
no,
want my
she's
eye
too
to be
crazy. I have
stabbed.
to be with her.
It's like she's a little bit she's got a few screws like knocked out. So maybe test out the waters to make sure she doesn't stab out your eye, like we said
Like
previously.
Wazowski style.
I know.
There's a lot of eye stabbing in this video.
I know. We said no, but
debatably be worse than death.
We said no death, but we didn't say no eyeballs.
Yeah,
Didn't say no blinding. Didn't say no maiming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's another option. And definitely. Oh no. that goes down a really dark road we're not gonna do. I stopped myself. It's not dark as in like murder dark. It's just dark as in that's a wrong type of dark.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just avoid the guy's friends because chances are they'll be too busy fighting to care, or they'll be too busy like confused and just talking ish about you when you're not giving them roses.
Why would your crush's friends just be randomly fighting each other?
Yeah, I'm
I
very
don't know. Maybe at some point the drama of your self-made bachelorette show at school just blows up, you know.
I'm
And
also
somehow
really
along the way it turns into like a Netflix movie and they really do fall for you.
Ooh. Because you said they were
This is
fighting, but you also previously mentioned that you were giving roses out. So are they like fighting with the thorns? Like they're armed now. They are armed. You don't
This is
I
understand.
think
a
they're
whole-
fighting
Roses so
over
much
the
hurt.
rights of who gets the rose, you know.
this
You
is
can't
just
get the rose if you're unconscious.
this is
So
trashy, low budget soap opera that you're creating here, Melanie.
maybe this is why I get caught up in stuff.
Crush is like, it's not worth it.
Yes, off the top of my mind, but yeah, do the bachelorette at your school. Everyone's bored anyways. You're doing them a favor. Give them what they want, even if
First
they
day
don't
back,
want it.
first day
Maybe they'll want it like 6 weeks in and be like, "Oh, this is actually really funny." Like the rest of school is really boring. You can even do it social distance. Like you can do it 6 feet apart because you just have to place down the rose and be like, "Whatever, please come and obtain the rose."
Fetch, come get it.
And they'll be
Catch my
eating
love.
lunch and they'll be like, what? And they'll be really confused, but like, who doesn't want a rose? Unless they're allergic.
Okay, but Melanie, you'd have to buy a lot of roses for that, and roses are
I mean, that
expensive.
shows commitment to whoever you're trying to get. So
Yeah, she's right though. We're on a budget.
I
You're
mean,
gonna
it
get those
doesn't
dollar
show
store
commitment.
plastic fake
You're giving
roses.
it to literally
them-
everyone.
no, you gotta get the ones from Daiso that are like $150, and then tell them to give it back to you after school. Show's over. Pay up. Like, give me back the props.
Okay, genuinely, like
Or
honestly,
whoever
if
gets cut
someone
gets to keep their rose, and the rest of them give it back to you for the next week.
if someone you don't really know that well comes up to you with a $1.50 rose and hands it to you and says, "Hey, can I have this back at the end of the school
I
day?"
wouldn't care. I
What
feel
would
like
you
it depends on
do?
how creepy that approach was, but most of the time I feel like, okay, yeah, and I'll shove it in my locker and be like,
You have to like
It's a good
find
story,
that
and
person
as long as I
to
don't seem
story,
too psycho,
know.
I'll take it. Sure, I'll give it
like
back. I
yeah,
don't care.
stories that would appear after the session, and I'd be like, oh yeah, this really weird thing happened
Yeah,
today.
I mean, I would take it. I would probably take the rose
Yeah.
and then like try and find them to get back to them at the end of the day.
No,
But
they
I
better come and
think
find
they
me,
would
dude.
just
Like,
bat
you're gonna give me a
crazy.
rose and tell me to give it back to you. You better come to me. If you know where my locker
I
is,
just
then, like,
imagine, like, no, they have a megaphone at the end, and they just stand up and like, attention, all rose holders, please return what is mine. Thank you for
you have
keeping
little
it
like
safe.
you have little tracker things on it too.
You have them
like
all
a little-
numbered. And oh my god, like as you're giving them back, you like check the number on the rose, and then you have like a friend with a checklist, so they can exactly tell. It's like number 205 is missing. We need to
Yeah.
find it.
211 doesn't exist. Are you trying to fool me over here? What is that, huh? The dollar store rose? No, we want the Daiso roses, which are $150. Okay, like come on now, don't be cheap with it. But
This
yeah,
is
sustainability, guys. Your apes teacher will love you for that, for sure.
that's such a grand scheme and it's such a strange like backwards way to get your crush to notice you is like I'm
hard
gonna
to
give
get,
everyone
you know. You gotta play hard to get.
I'm gonna get everyone but you a rose, except then at the very
Exactly.
end I'm gonna give you a rose, and then you're gonna like me because I gave you a rose last, and you're not gonna feel like left
Yeah.
out or anything. Honestly,
Weirder
they
things
probably
have happened in reality. So
But then like you have to go home with a bunch of roses again, and then
I
you just
know.
have like
And
a
then when
bunch.
you go home with a bouquet of roses, people will just think someone's really into you and gave you a bouquet of roses.
are you giving the roses to everyone, or everyone in your grade, or everyone who shares the gender
No,
of
it's
your
just
crush?
it's 30. It
Or
starts off as 30 and then it narrows down to 1, I believe. I haven't
oh,
watched it actually. I
okay.
just know the concept of it,
Oh,
but
I thought you were giving a rose to every single person in the school, or like
heck
every
no,
single
Billy
person.
Bob Joe doesn't
yeah.
get one.
I
What the hell are you
I thought
talking
it was
about?
all the boys, but your crush, and then eventually your crush. I was very confused, but okay.
Well, we're gonna go with it. It's a Netflix movie waiting to happen. I'm just saying, one of those Netflix rom-coms that you watch and you're like, why did I watch that? That's one.
Definitely one of those.
I don't know about that. I think it's more one of the YouTube videos you see where it's vertical, so it doesn't really fit the borders, and it's clearly like a shaky phone, where and it's like really crap
Production level
quality.
stuff,
Yeah.
guys.
No, it's gonna be like one of those really strange, low budget films that's like only published on YouTube that like Curtis
Low
Connor is
budget
gonna
films,
watch
but
make a
high
video on.
budget high money value for the drama, you know? High school drama is always, like, I'd say it's like the peak of your life. The most drama would be at high school, assumedly so. So,
All of our listeners, please be aware, high school is not and will never be the peak of your life. Do not listen to Melanie.
is it though? Like, I feel like I peaked in high school. You know, how do I top that? I peak at my house all the time. What do I do to top this? You know?
I
Man,
hope for you for there to be another peak in your life, and this is
Because
not
you
it.
know about
Staying
what
at
happened
home
in high
every
school. You
day.
don't want
I
that
really
to
hoping
repeat,
it's
do
better
you?
than this for you.
let's keep this going at a steady clip.
Yep.
Eva's got places to be. What's your genuine
Sorry, there's a
advice for
cat
this?
outside.
My
He said,
genuine advice,
Cat.
honestly,
Sorry.
just like slowly talk to them. If you have them in your class, you can probably talk 6 feet apart. I doubt you're that quiet, unless you're really nervous. In which case, if you have their phone number somehow, text them. Don't slide in the DMs. Anytime I hear that, even like no matter what age
That
you are,
phrase is just gross. I mean, I don't know how bad the action is, but the phrase slide into their DMs is just the worst.
you see, I never understood it, but like I just don't like it. If people do that, it's just like I feel like DMs is much scarier than like honestly just don't contact them through social media. I feel like that's like a little bit weird.
What if you don't?
Unless you're just
But it's
doing it in a
easier to
go to
find them on
school?
social media than to get their number.
True. You gotta get their number somehow.
Maybe they can help you with their homework. This is like the.
Oh yeah, ask for help.
If they're like smart, you could be
do
like,
you know
genuinely,
how to
I
do
need
this
help.
problem situation? Pull out the dumb card, you know.
Well,
and
yeah,
then
but what if you don't want your crush to think you're dumb?
I
What
was
if you
thinking
want to
that
impress them?
mm,
I think
Then maybe
that's
you're really
just a
smart,
sacrifice
and
you'll
then
have to
maybe
make.
they'll ask
being
you for help.
stupid?
Maybe they'll ask you for help. You know, you never
Maybe.
know how. I'd say just be yourself at the end of the day. Because so many people want to go out of the way to impress someone. So many people want to like do X, Y, Z. But the best chance you're gonna have is when you're truly yourself. Because if you're not, and you have to keep up this thing that is sort of kind of you, but more dramatized in whatever way it may be. Like maybe you laugh more when you're not really trying to. Like it's sort of kind of fake sometimes. Like don't do that because then you just have to keep it up for the rest of it, and that's just so much work. Like that just sounds like a nightmare. So essentially, just be yourself, and the right people will gravitate towards you.
Man, real
Because I
cheesy,
think the moral of the
Melanie.
story is truly, if you are truly yourself, then I feel like someone will like you. Like it'll come out of nowhere, I promise you. So just be
Also,
yourself,
you
and then
you
if it
deserve
happens,
someone who loves you for you.
yeah, you don't have to
God,
go out of your way
this
to impress
is
him. He won't expect you to come to like continuously go out of your way to impress him every single time you see him. So.
this is much too sentimental for 10:14 in the morning.
Oh no, I think like I woke up at like 9, so my brain's working now. It's been an hour, you know.
Oh wow, I woke up earlier than you did. I had to wake up at 8:30 so I could have time to go get coffee.
Well, that's a problem. I don't drink coffee in the mornings. That gives me headaches. So.
Water.
It's the only thing that motivates me to get out of bed.
Air.
Wow.
Ooh, please don't drink
I'm
air.
energized already.
Oh yeah.
Woo! All right, is it my turn?
Yeah.
It's my turn. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm very sleepy.
Heather's tired today. Everyone cut her some slack.
Yeah.
To be fair, I do that. I've done that before in
do.
other episodes. I don't know why. It's just
Wipe the
just
memories of
happened.
everyone who heard that, and then they'll think this was the first time.
Man. All right. So, the question that I've elected to answer is I'm always distracted during Zoom. What should I do to make sure I pay attention? And my answer for you is why do you need to pay attention? Just don't. Just like it's fine. Just don't. I mean, the class is boring. Zoom is a chore. It's so easy to do something else. Like, come on. No one's gonna notice. Anyway, that's my advice. I'm just I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, just use it as a podcast in the background and have whatever you're doing.
It's important to pay attention in school, and it sucks, and sometimes it's really hard, and for some people it's harder than others. And over Zoom, it's even harder than it is normally. So it just sucks all the time, always. I mean, not really, but
Stay in school. It sucks, but do it.
Stay in school,
wow.
guys.
When you do the thumbs up, your thumbs disappear into your background, which I find highly amusing.
This is why I don't blur my background, you know.
Anyway, I don't know how good my advice is gonna be for paying attention because I struggle with it a lot too. Uh, my guess is it is really hard to stay engaged, and if you can't focus, like you just can't focus, it's really hard to make yourself focus. So my best advice would be if you are really struggling, find something that takes up like a little bit of your mental energy. Like not all of it, just a little bit. Something that you can do in the background that distracts your brain enough so that you aren't completely zoning out, right? Like a lot of times I will draw during class and I won't be paying a whole lot of attention when I'm drawing during class. So, maybe that's a bad example. But if you like, I don't know, have a Rubik's Cube, or if you're just like doodling something like that's not serious, or like you have something to fidget with, um, or something else. I usually pick up random stuff on my desk and just like mess with it when I'm bored. Um, or you could like change your position. I don't know if this works for other people, but whenever I can't focus, I just sort of I bring my legs up and cross my legs in my chair and sit up straighter, and suddenly my brain is like 1,000 times clear.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that happens. And if you have a chair that you can't sit cross-legged in, then you can't do that, right? Like this chair I'm in now is pretty small and I can't sit cross-legged in it, which is unfortunate, right? But just like little things will help clear your brain a lot. Um, and if you need to do something like small off to the side, that'll help you overall be more sort of directed towards what's being learned, then that's also okay. I mean, you might get in trouble in it for school, but over Zoom that doesn't matter, right? Like make origami butterflies. I do that sometimes when I'm bored. I haven't done it in a while. But taught me one of our friends taught me how to make origami butterflies in I think 7th or 8th grade. I don't know, and I've just sort of it's not terribly difficult, so I've memorized it, and so I'll just make like 12 or 15 over the course of like a 30-minute period, and then I'll just have a bunch of them on my desk, and I'll like give them to my mom or something. She appreciates them, right? So my guess is find something small to do that takes up some of your attention, but not all of it, so you feel less scatterbrained. It sounds counterintuitive, but
No, it works.
I think it might help a little. As for if you can't focus on like your homework and stuff, one thing I found that helps, which is also a little silly, but what works, is that find some way to get yourself interested in the subject that you're learning about, right? Like for me, like if I'm trying to do some really dull history assignment, um, like I don't know if you have time, obviously, like watch an episode of The West Wing. I don't know if that's your thing. I really like the TV show, but it gets me like invested and interested in like politics and foreign policy and stuff like that. And so suddenly my history homework seems much more interesting. Or like having difficulty with physics, watch an episode of Mythbusters. Or English is driving you down, read a book that you really like. Like they're again that's harder if you're like kind of strapped on time, right? But if you're more interested in something, you'll automatically be able to put more energy in it and be more focused because your brain attaches onto it and it's like, this is something I like, this is something I'm going to work to pay attention to and to do well. And sometimes you just can't make yourself interested in a subject, but uh, if you can find something that reminds you a little bit of that subject or has some of that subject in it, you know, it may help. So I guess sort of try it out. I don't have a lot of super concrete advice. It is something I struggle with a lot, and if I had an answer, I wouldn't struggle with it, right? But here we are. So find out what works with you. Talk to other people who have attention issues. They might also have some advice too, you know. And if you're having a lot of trouble focusing, like if you can never focus at all, maybe evaluate other things outside school, like, you know, have you eaten anything that day? Are you drinking enough water? Did you get enough sleep? Are you overly stressed about something? And if on top of that you still really can't focus, you might have some attentional issues, and that's something you'd want to talk to someone about, because if you do, then you can get outside help for that, like medication, which is also, you know, good. So it depends, right? Most people don't have attentional issues that like yeah that they need like medication for. So just finding something smaller works. But I don't know. I've talked myself into a circle at this point. I don't have a good conclusion for this like tirade.
Point
Um,
is just like do what works for you, and if you need to, go to like a professional about it, and they can most likely help you. So that was today's episode of Mindless Podcast. We really hope you enjoyed. This was going to be the last one for a bit, so we wanted to make it extra special, which obviously immediately translates to unsolicited advice. So when we come back, we'll have brand new topics, stuff that we have never done before. I'm looking at the next one. We already have the first one set up. It's going to be great, and it's going to be just as fun as we were now, maybe even more, because then we won't be thinking about school. So we'll see you guys back in the summer. Or if you want to see us again, you can check out the bonus tomorrow. That's technically our last bit that we're uploading. That's from an episode. Between them, we'll probably have a couple things here and there, just like bonuses that we had in the past, or like mindless context, mindless podcast
context.
out of context. Jeez. Mindless context, guys. That's our rebranding now. But we'll probably upload a few things here and there, so check that out. But until then, we'll see you guys in a couple months. And yeah, bye guys.